Hello, hobbyist, and welcome to another Blood Red Skies battle report. A 500 point dogfight with Germany going up against Germany. Which multi-engine fighter is the better? The Junkers Ju-88C or the BF-1010G? With, of course, Paul being my co-host taking the 1010Gs. Paul, what year did your 1010Gs get into service? I was put into service in 1942. Flip your card over and tell me.
Mine says 1943. I'm just I'm a year younger.
Older than me. I am on the older fighter, so that should mean I am better. Here we are once again, folks. Just another look at the Junkers over there, and then the 1010s, the 110Gs over there. Let's discuss my list here first. The Ju-88C, or the Junkers Ju-88C, is of course a twin-engine bomber destroyer. I do not have the agile trait today, so I cannot outmaneuver, nor be outmaneuvered. I only dodge at my agility. If I'm shot in the side, I dodge at full speed. No pilot skilling here. I still shoot at, like, with my pilot skill and all that, per norm. I have a turret. I am running 4 fighters today, so I have 4 heavy hitters. Today, our clouds are high clouds, meaning that no one who comes in disadvantage can utilize them. I mean, they say disadvantage. The Blood Brothers have been activated today. We are brothers in blood. Okay, but I guess we'll kill Germans as well. You know, lots of Blood Brothers over here. But anyways, if one of my guys are shot down, one of my other guys can attempt to shoot back as per normal shooting rules. I took the top cover, so my 2 aces I'm running today are in top cover. They're in a high cover marker, and my aces are accurate. Like I said, I have 2 veterans at advantage, disadvantage, 2 aces over here who are starting off in Paul's bum over there. Paul, why don't you talk about your fighters?
I've got the BF-1010Gs. I get it. I'm agile, which means I get treated like a single engine fighter. Yay. That could be a heavy fighter. It could be great. It could be bad. We'll find out. So, of course, I get great dive heavy hitter, and I have my 2 theaters. I'm sorry, my 2 doctrines are head on attack, which is a critical hit. A boom shit is applied directly to the target. And then, of course, I have big game hunters. We'll see how that works. It says an undodged critical hit will inflict 2 boon shits on the target aircraft, which would be great if they are at disadvantage. Bye-bye, friend. And then, of course, my theater is storm clouds, so it kind of plays on worse than his. Now, if you go into a cloud, you become disadvantaged instead of neutral, so those clouds are to be avoided at all costs. My ace skill is cool under fire. Will come in handy since I'm having to be treated as a single engine. And of course, I'm running 1 ace, 3 vets. My 2 different sections, I have my ace is disadvantaged. Great job, my guy. Then I have an advantage vet. And then over here where I have these hidden bombers somewhere behind me that I can't see, I have 1 at advantage and 1 at disadvantage. They could have just stayed neutral, but whatever. They decided to go the extremes both ways.
Yes. And one more thing about my bombers. At disadvantage, I cannot dodge, and then I have to be at disadvantage to start receiving boon shits as I am a multi-engine plane. But anyways, that is pretty much all our discussion. We got 2 clouds on here. This is a Table War mat as well, so thank you Table War for such great mats. This is a 4x3 mat as well. So, with that, it's time to get into round number 1. You folks should know it by now. Everybody's going to do some movements, do their actions, and then we will show you post-movement for round number 1, because I don't see us getting into any shooting here. So we'll see you all once we are ready to discuss everything that happened in round number 1. Welcome to post-movement for round number 1. Both my Junkers flew up the board, turned, and then that one right there burned advantage to dive, went up 12. The other one went his 6. They both climbed for their action. My aces have appeared on the board. They're telling these youngster planes, we are the better fighter. We were put in service much earlier than you were. Except I don't know how many of them actually saw much service in late in the years of the war, but hey, who knows?
Who knows?
But anyways, both of the BF-110s. One burned the great dive to fly all the way down out there. I think that guy was at advantage, right?
Yeah, he burned advantage.
What was his action? He should have climbed back up.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because
That's right.
all right. So, anyways, we fixed that now. We got to climb. He flew up, climbed, and then just flew down, turned, climbed, and then flew and climbed. So that is the end of round number 1. We're moving into round number 2. Paul's fighters are 337 for their speed. I am 300. So Paul will win the ties based on our advantages. So here is the board for the top of turn 2, and we'll see you all when there are dice to throw, because clearly there will be some dice to throw. A few post movements here. Paul burned his great dive, flew up 14 and climbed. Then we, of course, had this guy spin 180, come around for a 7. He is making sure that my guy cannot tail this fighter. And now I have appeared in the back. I flow down 3 whole inches, and now it is time to shoot. Pull the trigger. Actually, Paul, could you take that tape measure that's right there, and could you measure 3 inches? I may want to heavy hit you right in the back. No.
Not quite. Not quite.
I would need to have flown a little closer to you.
You'd need a flow of 4.
Yeah. All right, folks, so let's do it. So anyways, I have pilot skill of 5, plus then a 2 for my guy. And then I'm going to try something very interesting here. We will see how well it works. Wow, I actually got the right amount of dice there. If my good co-host would be so kind.
Gotcha.
Bam, look, everybody, it's a paw. You all know I had the ears. I picked up some paws at Gen Con. Yes, these ones do not have the fingers. I may want to get the ones with the ability with the fingers. Anyways, I'm rolling 7 here on the Paul's back. Paul does get to return it with 1 with his turret. That turret gunner is praying and hoping he can hit. Here we go. And I did get a critical in there, Paul, right there. Look at that. That's
nice.
Out of all of that. Anyways, that is a boon shit. Anyway, so that is a boon shit there for 1 hit. Now then, Paul will get to dodge, and he does get to, of course, do it. So he's just going to have grow on 4 here, folks. Nothing. So go down an advantage level, but your turret does get to shoot back.
Right. I get to shoot my little pew pew. Pew pew. Nothing.
No, nothing. All right. I have a second ace to go. Shooting Paul into the side. I use my heavy hitter. I am rolling 8 here. 5 plus 3. Looking for a critical success. If I get a single success, I get a critical damage here. And I did get the 6 in there. That is another boon shit. And Paul loses an agility here.
He did.
All right, so go down to 6, Paul, to dodge. Anyway, folks, it's still glancing.
Dodge or go to the water.
David, don't blocker for you, son. This is why you don't mess with the junker.
It's the Flying Dutchman's come to get him.
Yes, 1 more there. All right, so Paul only needs to take 1 more hit, and he will be running after the end of this. Anyways, it is time to move my last advantage, and then we move neutrals. So we'll see you all after movement for those 2 fighters. Here is the board after the end of round number 2. The veteran just flew up and climbed. My 2 veterans just flew up and climbed. The veteran right there. This one did a 180 turn and just flew that way so he can dodge out this cloud that is right now stormy. The dangerous storm cloud. But anyways, the problem here, folks, is now I have to start tailing these BF-109, BF-110Gs because I cannot outmaneuver. I cannot use the outmaneuver skill, and Paul can't outmaneuver me. So, yeah, but where Paul can shoot me while I'm in any relativity, I have to literally get behind him and tail him to get those shots off to get that last boon shit. So it is a matterment of Paul kind of protecting his behind here because that is the only way I got any action out of this. So we're going to see you all in round number 3 as we move into the shooting phase here. And of course, all that. So we'll see you all after some movements and some shots for round 3. After a lot of deliberation, my aces flew on down there. This one turned 180. Or no, burned advantage, flew down 12. The other one burned 180 and flew up there. Now Paul is going to attempt to shoot me into the side here, triggering his heavy hitter and blasting me. Again, Big Game Hunter can't trigger here because the aspect I do not start receiving boon shits until I am disadvantaged.
Yep.
Big Game Hunter would be good against a single engine fire because then you would flick 2 damage points on me. All right, so Paul's just looking for a success to force me down to 5 dice. He's looking to try to force these guys down.
I literally got nothing.
Nothing. All right. Well,
what a waste.
Got his advantage ace just flew up, so he's got his advantage, other advantage veteran to go. Paul's other veteran moved on up. He's going to attempt to take some pot shots at my ace. All right, here we again get pot shotting into the side. So, anyways, here we go.
Wow.
Nothing. Wow. And then I have my 2 veterans to go. After the end of movement for round number 3, we got my last 2 veterans moving up their board, burning advantage for extra 6 inches, and then burning advantage for 180, both of them climbing. As we move into round number 4, we will come back to you once we are ready to start shooting the dice. And all of that. Let's see how many more rounds Paul and I can go before one of us sinks the other. After a lot of deliberation, folks, the start of round 4, Paul's ace is coming down, tempting to shoot me in the side and try to knock me down. Paul and I both have seen a path of winning here. So, Paul, let it begin. Let the gunfire rain.
Let's hope it's better than the last few dice rolls I've had. Ugh. I got a hit.
Got it. Okay, so I roll 6 here for my defense. My co-host would gladly put.
Gotcha.
All right, folks. It's in a side glancing shot, so 6 here. Paul is hoping to not see a 6.
That'd be nice.
Paul sees a lot of 5.
A lot of 5s, but nothing else.
You get to go down to neutral, son. That's what Paul needed. Just to tell you all, this fighter is going to fly around, tail me in the back. There's no wingman protecting him. Or maybe there is. Ooh.
Maybe. We'll see.
We will see. I have to get pretty close there. But anyways, it is time now to move my 1 ace. Paul figured it out. Where I was protecting myself, or protecting this guy from being tailed, I didn't protect my ace from being tailed. Oh no, it really did count to the fact I lost my advantage level there. Alrighty then. Paul is coming to my back. He's big game hunting. He's heavy hitting. He just needs to see a success, and this Junkers is a dud. Heck, even a critical puts me to 0 here, folks.
Come on, I need just 1 hit.
1 hit.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, he just got it in there. Anyways, folks, even if I were able to dodge, I would lose it because it's a critical success now, so I don't have any agility, and my junk, I cannot dodge on pilot skills. So this Junker exploded. Both his engines are gone. He exploded. That is 3 boon shits. Paul only needs to get a couple more boom shits. Anyways, my morale is based on engines, folks. So I have 2, 4, 6 engines left. Paul just needs to either knock out 2 engines to force the morale, or needs to kill another fighter. We'll have to see. It is time for my last advantage, my 2 advantages to go. And I see juicy targets. Well, folks, did you expect the juicy target to be me spinning around my veteran, tailing Paul because he allowed it as well? So we're both going to tail ourselves here and die. I just need a boon shit here, folks. 6 attacks. I got 3 in my hand.
There's 3 more.
There's 3 more. All right, 6 altogether, folks. Paul rolling
for nothing.
Man, I can get all the 5s. I can get all the 5s. All right, well, that disadvantage stays there. Now we move on to this man. Let's see if he can do anything. My second Junkers has moved on up. Disadvantage in that fighter, because again, you can tail at neutral. You don't have to be advantage to tail. You just can't tail at disadvantage and all that. And again, you would think, hey, Paul's got that guy staring me in the face. No, you can't tail. You can't wingman at disadvantaged. So no wingmanning. So we did forget one thing. Paul's guy that survived being shot in the butt his tail gunner needs to shoot from the butt.
Nothing.
He missed. He was a little afraid that this was it.
Right. He's nervous. He's very nervous.
All right. So I heavy hitted this fighter. I had 7 shots. I nearly got them all, folks. Nearly. Anyways, here we go. My Paul rolling has been pretty bad so far. Well, besides the one I killed. Anyways.
It's still. Oh, you got it. You got it.
I got it. That's it. That is it, folks. That is also critical as well. So let's see if Paul. No, wait. You have to. I'm going to roll for 3 here, Paul.
Oh, roll 3.
Yeah,
oh, that's right.
He hits you.
Oh, that's right. I can actually avoid this. I forgot. I didn't avoid it.
That's another guy going to Davy Jones.
We'll shoot with a turret real quick for Ghost.
The tail gunner fires and lands a 5. He's gone. That's it, folks. That is it. Pretty much Paul has nothing.
He has nothing. He's nothing left. They ran.
They end. That means it's time for that all-important, all-amazing post-game discussion. Squeaks for me, Paul. I win. Yay. Yes, fuzzy paws. I rolled with 1. I didn't move with it, though. That was probably been beyond impossible.
Yeah, that'd have been a mess.
Now, again, there are the company that I bought these from Gen Con does have ones that has fingers, so maybe I should get those for specifically battle reporting, because that actually would allow me to do more things with them than big fuzzy ones. But these are fun to play with. It was a struggle, but thank goodness you have a co-host who's more than willing to put dice in your hand. And yes, they do squeak.
That is epic. I love it.
Yes. So, well, Paul, that was very fun. That was interesting, I think.
Yeah, it actually really was. I mean, the big game hunter can be handy, but you got to be in the right spot. When it comes to multi-engines, tailing is the key. It really, really is, and it gives you such an advantage to get in that tailing position. And as you saw, we both were. I tailed you, you tailed me, and it's kind of what it turns into. Usually, I think it's even happened for us before. But we just turn to start tailing each other, and whoever manages to get the other one off the board. It didn't help that I was running with the agile effective single engine fighter, so that means everything I got a hit was a hit. I already had 3 boon shits, so that didn't help me at all, but it worked out.
Yeah, I think what made this one more interesting, the first time we're actually playing, before when we started this, if you guys go back to episode 6 of the series, that was before season 1, we actually played without the agile, we played it with the agile trait where you would have to flip it over instead of it being positive. So we played it with that. And then we fumbled that one, so then I deleted that one. That one actually is not even out. 6 is actually the right episode because the agile trait actually is active at all times. But we did not play with any, true double engines. Now, we've done it with the agile double engines where you have to bring them down, shoot them, they can't dodge, and all of that. I can't remember why they can't dodge a disadvantage. I think I asked a question about that, and they said it. Some reason, the way you read the rules in the book, you definitely feel like you can dodge at disadvantage for multi-engine playing. But again, we're playing multi-engine playing as the heavy fighter rule. So meaning that they all act the single engine if they have agile. So this is our first true multi-engine play that is not agile. The one thing I think we found very interesting about is even though Paul can shoot them at any relativity, and I think the big problem for me is that I can't outmaneuver, Paul can't outmaneuver me, meaning Paul actually has to shoot me to force me down.
Yep.
force me down. But the problem is that in this case, the only way for me to actually get behind, the only way to actually shoot is whether Paul sits at neutral and I sit at advantage and I can get the shot, or I tail. So I think it's very interesting, not mention that you personally can't even really hurt me until you see me go to disadvantage.
Yeah, it makes it a lot harder. You know, it would sound advantageous. I can shoot you from wherever, but unless I get you disadvantage, I'm just shooting. It's basically I'm just shooting shots. I mean, we had the Swiss cheese episode where it just didn't go down, and that's what happens when you're a multi-engine plane. You can get shot 40 times and take no boon shits as long as you guard correctly, or you know, the dice guard you correctly, I should say. You know.
Well, we've had a lot of, I think the last Swiss cheese episode we had was because your fighter wouldn't...
he wouldn't die.
He wouldn't die. He wouldn't die. But yeah, so, yeah. The aspect is that not being able to be outmaneuvered, only receiving boon shits on disadvantage. But again, we saw a big game hunter dealing 2 damage. As long as you had a critical result, again, your fighters having a heavy hitter keyword really did help there, because otherwise you needed 2 6s to get the critical on me.
Yep.
Actually helped because it automatically just knocks me out because it's 2 boon shits. That's both my engines dead, and then I received the 3rd one for the fighter dying. And again, I think advantageously Paul and I saw the exact same thing. I don't know if I originally saw the fact that I could have turned around and killed one of his guys and then not kill him, and then the other guy coming in. I think if I hadn't been able to tail the one guy, I definitely wouldn't have been able to come in and tail with with my other junkers.
I will say there is one way that Big Game Hunter is OP, and that's if you have it and the other one comes in at disadvantage, then it could get really ugly really quick.
Yeah, so what Paul means is that at the start of the game, if I had rolled and been disadvantaged and for my placement, and then Paul is very much close, because in this quadrant, you only have to be 18 inches away. And Paul rolls for advantage. As long as he's advantaged, his great dive gives him another 7, so he flies down 14. And if I'm at disadvantage, and as long as he can shoot me even in the side, because again, I can't dodge while disadvantaged, you just go Big Game Hunter.
Yep.
As long as you see the critical result, and again, get close enough to where heavy hitter knocks me out, and we do it.
Game over quickly.
But again, that's if you can get in heavy hitter range.
Yeah, you have to get there. Otherwise
you have to start hoping for 2 6s. Well, it can happen. You can get 2 6s, but the problem is that only deals me a single engine down. So it doesn't really trigger and end me with Big Game Hunter. But the Big Game Hunter can work here, especially with 4 fighters, because again, once you knock out one and once you knock out the second, the other 2 run away. But yeah, top cover, I did it because mostly... I had Blood Brothers, but I lost another guy. But again, I couldn't really shoot anybody from my Blood Brothers. No one was there to actually shoot the guy that shot one of my guys, or at least get shots open. Because again, top cover in the Acism was very nice because it meant I immediately was able to come on right on your butt, tail one. Well, I didn't get to tail anybody, but one of your guys was at started disadvantage, so I had 2 advantage coming in on shooting you in the back. So that automatically was 2 boon shits, and then your guy fell into the ocean and met Davy Jones.
Yep, he went down there and talked SpongeBob, and the Flying Dutchman come inside. It was not a good day. It was not a good day.
No. Or did he see the Pirates of the Caribbean's Davy Jones, the Octopus Man?
You never know. I mean, that's between him and them. We'll leave it at that.
Yes. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys watching me try to roll dice with a Paul. It wasn't really all that great. I don't know. I'll probably do some little gimmicks every now and then. I kept it mostly off because I needed to move models and stuff like that. So I think these bigger, fuzzier Pauls will be more gimmick to just come and do the post-battle report with them on.
That's fair.
And all of that. Maybe every now and then I'll come out and attempt to roll some dice with them. I guess maybe
and I'll help him out if he can't pick them all up. It's fine.
Yes, and I guess if we did more of that, we needed to have like overhead camera angles. That way I didn't have to hold a camera.
Yes.
And all that. But yeah, I mean, that's for future plans. It was a gimmick to do. I said I wanted to do it, so I did it. No worries, I don't have a tail. It's not coming out of my bum just yet. But I have the ears and I have the paws. I'll probably get the tail next Gen Con and actually complete it all. I don't know. But you guys can let me know that in the comments, your thoughts. But anyways, let me know also your thoughts down in the comments. Did we mess any rules up? Did we miss anything? What could we have done better? What better maneuvers should we have done? And all of that, let us know. We're more than happy to read it, more than happy to adjust those, more than happy to get those correct. And while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you can notify when my videos go live for you. That's the bell sound there, folks. The bell sound. It sounds kind of like a dog squeaky toy, but it's sounding for you.
If there was a way we could make it work like that, I would suggest putting it in as a squeaky toy instead of that. But you know.
Yeah, but anyways, after that, we hope you enjoy, and we'll see you all here next time on Mama Dragon's Miniatures.